Donald Trump took a trip to Los Angeles, California on Friday, he claimed, so that he could tour the devastation zone here. But the real reason was he wanted to do a stunt to try to mock California and Governor Newsom and spread lies. But Gavin Newsom was ready for Donald Trump. He showed up at the tarmac, even though Donald Trump was ignoring Gavin Newsom's phone calls. Gavin Newsom said, "I'm the governor of the state. I'm going to be there." Let me just break down what happened. Donald Trump shows up. Gavin Newsom is there to greet him. Trump didn't want that to happen. It looked like Donald Trump was wearing some form of high heels or lifts right here. You can take a look at that. Gavin Newsom was right there, gave him a strong handshake. Donald Trump tilting in a very weird direction. Gavin Newsom, clearly the alpha in this situation. You can see Donald Trump later kind of walking around again in those weird lift shoes right there. What are those? Let me show you the moment, though, that Donald Trump came down from Air Force One. Watch this interaction very carefully as Governor Newsom was there to greet him with a very strong handshake that Donald Trump really couldn't handle. Here, play this clip. Did you notice that as well, that Melania Trump gave Gavin Newsom a kiss right there, which she refused to do during the inauguration with Donald Trump? Well, we noticed it here at the Midas Touch Network. Can you spot the difference? Let's take a look at the split screen, folks. Let's play it. By the way, just take a look at that handshake one more time. What was said there? Any lip readers out there in the Midas Mighty? Put it in the comments, or just put in the comments what you think what was said. Play it. One more time, look at this handshake right here between Donald Trump and Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom was ready for it. It's kind of hilarious. Here, watch this. All right, now let me show you what was said right here. Who's the one who actually looks presidential? In my opinion, it's California Governor Gavin Newsom. But let's just take a look at this interaction. You got to watch the whole thing. It's not that long, and we'll talk about it. Let's play it.
Hello, everybody. So we just left North Carolina a little while ago. We have that in very good shape. We have the congressman in charge and Michael Watley, and we're going to do a lot of work. We have the Army Corps of Engineers working as they are here, and I think you're going to see some very big progress. They left them high and dry, and now we're going to be taking a little tour with some of the people from the area. I appreciate the governor coming out and meeting me, Kevin. Thank you very much, and we'll be talking a little bit. We want to get it fixed. We want to get the problem fixed, and there'll be some ways, but it's like you got hit by a bomb, right?
Yeah.
Like you got hit by a bomb. Would you like to say something?
Most importantly, thank you for being here. It means a great deal to all of us, not just the folks in Palisades, the folks in Altadena that were devastated. We're going to need your support. We're going to need your help. You were there for us during COVID. I don't forget that. And I have all the expectations that we'll be able to work together to get this speedy recovery.
We will. We're going to get it done. Tremendous numbers of lives have been affected. A lot of real estate's been affected. Nobody's ever probably seen anything like this. You can almost say since the Second World War, when you think of it. I mean, nothing like this has happened. And we're going to get it fixed, so we'll get it permanently fixed, so it can't happen again. And again, we'll be talking a little bit later, and we'll get it worked out, okay?
I appreciate it, Mr. President.
Thank you, God.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And you saw there what California Governor Gavin Newsom did right there. I mean, Donald Trump was there to try to show up Gavin Newsom, but Gavin Newsom was right there and was basically like, hey, say what you're going to say to my face. I'm right here. We're going to go to those cameras. That's what I think he was saying, and say it. Let's see what you want to say in front of me, in front of the whole world. And you notice Donald Trump didn't do it. You notice how he would say all of these things on social media, but when he was in front of Newsom, he didn't say any of those things. And Newsom's like, let's be productive here. Let's act like adults. And that's what California Governor Gavin Newsom has been doing throughout this process, like this from a week or two back, where Gavin Newsom talked about how President Biden gave the relief. There was no politics, no kissing the feet. Former President Biden gave the relief because that's what we do in America. Here, play this clip.
The President of the United States happens to be in town. It didn't take more than a text message to get the FMAG approved, which means we're getting reimbursed for the vast majority of these costs. No politics, no hand-wringing, no kissing of the feet. The President of the United States said, yes, what else do you need? Emergency proclamations being drafted as we speak. And I just want to thank the President, because that's something I don't take for granted, and something we should not take for granted at this moment in American history. So thank you, President Biden, as well.
Then you have MAGA Republican Speaker of the House, MAGA Mike Johnson, who says that, well, we need to condition emergency aid to California on changing how people vote in California or on raising the debt ceiling. Let me show you the message that Gavin Newsom had for MAGA Mike Johnson. Let's play it.
Never in California questioned whether or not we as taxpayers in the largest state in the union should support the people of Louisiana at a time of emergency and need. We never conditioned it. We never talked about putting the full faith and credit of the United States of America with the debt ceiling bill so we can get tax cuts for billionaires and corporations that don't need it, and then put at risk the lives of hundreds of thousands of Americans that happen to live in California, a state with millions and millions of Trump supporters, Speaker Johnson and Mr. President-elect. Millions of your supporters are out here. They need your help. They need your empathy. They need your care, whatever compassion you can express, as opposed to condemnation and divisive language that has aided and embedded nothing except mis and disinformation that's flamed fear and flamed a lot of anxiety for folks that are simply trying to recover. And at the same time, our first responders trying to address the emergency at hand, which still hasn't been fully buttoned up.
And what California Governor Gavin Newsom realized right away is you've got to swat down all of the lies and all of the disinformation. So here is Newsom recently on Meet the Press saying, Trump doesn't know what he's talking about with smelt. Let me tell you what I actually did. Play this clip.
I called for him to come out, take a look for himself. We want to do it in the spirit of an open hand, not a closed fist. He's the president-elect. I respect the office. We have a president of the United States that within 36 hours provided a major disaster declaration over a text. We had support from the president of the United States, Joe Biden, with 100% reimbursement, all the resources you could hope for or imagine, constant communication. I'd like to extend that to the president-elect. I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt and reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full. The state reservoirs here in Southern California, that mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us. Responding to Donald Trump's insults, we would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them. Every elected official that he disagrees with, very familiar with them.
We do know, though, from reporting here locally that that one reservoir that serves the Palisades was not full.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation, to understand what was happening with that local reservoir. That was not a state system reservoir, which the president-elect was referring to as it relates to the Delta and somehow connecting the Delta smelt to this fire, which is inexcusable because it's inaccurate, also incomprehensible to anyone that understands water policy in the state.
You know, look, and I think Gavin Newsom is a good messenger, great messenger for this stuff. I think it took him 2 or 3 days to be like, really, you're not even going to let me get through this crisis, MAGA, before you spread the lies? He was trying to react to the crisis. Then he pushed back hard. Let me show you this clip right here. This is California Governor Gavin Newsom when he was on with Brian Tyler Cohen last year, and he was talking about the difference between blue states and red states. Let's play it.
Yeah, I mean, 7 of the top 10 most dependent states, dare I say, taker states, are red states. I mean, you look at infant mortality, you look at maternal mortality, you look at life expectancy, you look at the gun death rate, the murder rate. 7 of the top 10 murder rates in the United States are in red states. In every category, these guys are on the back end, the wrong side. You want to compare blue versus red? 71% of the nation's economic output, 71% of the GDP in the United States of America come from Biden counties, come from blue counties in the United States. I mean, in every category, the red versus blue, it's to me not that complex. The problem is they have this surround sound, doom loop, anger machine. And that's our great challenge, I think, for Democrats, is that we have got to counter that. And for me, my iteration with this, I don't know, good or bad, people may be different or indifferent about what I did. I just think it's important to meet people where they are and to at least try to get in there and to try to go toe to toe with these guys, because otherwise we continue to live in these filter bubbles.
Let me show you what Gavin Newsom was doing this week. As he says, our family had the opportunity to give back to the community, provide support, and honor Dr. King's legacy. We are thankful to organizations like Project Angel Food for their commitment to delivering essential services to survivors of the LA wildfires. Could you ever imagine Donald Trump doing anything like this? I can't. Play this clip.
Yes.
Anyone would want? I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Okay, I think
And meanwhile, what was Donald Trump left doing? Donald Trump was left basically holding the bag of his own stunt gone wrong, where he's like meeting with the firefighters. He's like, so do you need millions of more gallons? What's going on with the water? You guys don't have any water, which is absolutely false. There was enough water here. The issue was you had hurricane grade winds with fires. The helicopters and the firefighters can't get it when the winds are that strong. But Donald Trump just looked absolutely pathetic in his high heels or lifts as he was trying to spread lies. But Newsom met him on the turf, pushed back. I thought it was a great scene. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe right now. Let's get to 4 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Can't get enough Midas? Check out the Midas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MidasPlus.com.